And physically, that could be anything from, changing the way that you act so that you can move differently, so that you can observe, okay, I'm going to act this way physically, but mentally I'm going to observe that. I'm going to observe this behavior, I'm going to observe this situation, and I'm going to, at first, take heed physically, and then understand. I'm going to look at it spiritually, I'm going to look at it emotionally. How do I feel about this as well? Then you can, once you've gained that foreknowledge, then you can move forward physically by following through with that action, or physically by changing your actions to best suit your physical state of being. And that comes with anything, whether you have to do exercise to help put you in a better state of being, to where when you're around that resistance, you know that much more that you can stand strong, and that you can, physically stand strong on what you've always done and say, hey, everything that I've done up until this point and that I'm going to continue to do, I've been in my power, and that I don't regret a single thing that I did. And that even if that regret's there, then know that physically you're not going to allow that to stop you. You're not going to allow that to offend you or affect you in the present state of being. So it will only continue to push you forward physically. And like I said, standing on that, not only that, but back to mentally, that's another way that you can mentally protect, as well as overcome mentally, by standing on everything that you've said, telling yourself, everything I've said up until this point I stand on, and I stand corrected, and I stand on it 100. I stand on it for sure, because I meant what I said, right? So when you mean what you say, a lot of times that'll play out already, and you do what you mean as well. It'll play out already as being physically more consciously aware, being mentally more consciously aware, and also helping you to overcome challenges when it comes to those sectors. And physically, if you are, like I said, you're responsible for surrounding yourself with the right situations and people, places, and things, and locations. Right, so let's move on to emotionally, how to overcome emotionally. Well, just like, physically and mentally, you can build that emotional strength, you can build that emotional stability when it comes to your experiences, when it comes to interactions with others, when it comes to interactions with things, when it comes to interactions with concepts, when it comes to interactions with knowledge, when it comes to interactions with learning, when it comes to interactions with teaching, when it comes to interactions with existing out in life. You can build that emotional strength where nothing's going to affect you, nothing's going to change the way that you feel. And if you're dealing with that resistance, you're dealing with that maybe if you're dealing with emotions of doubt, emotions of regret, emotions of anxiety, or being nervous, or playing out any of those energies, be emotionally mature and accept that responsibility of those emotions, and accept that you feel this way. Accept that and understand that. Why do I feel this way? Understand, is this me feeling this way? Is this helping me, or is this stopping me from moving on? Emotionally, what do I need to do to look at this in a different space emotionally, and be able to rise above emotionally over those, waters of, let's say, anxiety, or those feelings of regret, guilt, not thinking or feeling that you can do something. Let's say any of those. It's okay to have those, but then the right thing to do is to be able to, next time that happens, and learn from that experience and say, hey, next time that happens, I'm going to go ahead and I'm act out this way. Next time I feel that way, that's going to confirm something this way, and I'm going to be able to act in this way. Next time I feel that way, hey, I'll know that that's showing me that I'm also in the same state of being, that I'm also staying in a specific space emotionally, and every time I feel that, I'm going to say, okay, I'm still there. Whether that's for the good or bad, whether it's building consistency in a, let's say, more in the path of least resistance and or more in the path of most resistance. Let's say that you're building that consistency and that you're so diagnose that, understand, okay, is this building resistance in the right way or in the wrong area in my life? And then if it's building in the wrong area of your life, and there emotionally, that's how you can overcome this challenge, by saying, okay, this is what I need to work on. This is emotionally what I need to work on. I need to change this. I need to be able to deal with this emotionally so that I can be in a better state of being and emotionally be able to be mature, be emotionally resistant towards whatever you feel, whatever maybe is holding you back or anything like that. And I'll tell you right now, one of the best feelings is, and I've dealt personally with all those things, that's why, that's why I'm talking about it, that's why it's fresh on my mind, and that's why it's on my mind, because, well, I've dealt with that before, and there's no better feeling, and trust me, than overcoming those feelings of anxiety, those feelings of regret, those feelings of shame, feelings of guilt, anything. Well, guess what? There's no better feeling than overcoming those feelings, and also learning better ways of how to deal with that emotionally and to be emotionally mature. So that's how you can get by emotionally, as well as have that ability to emotionally fulfill yourself when you need to, right? It's always about taking care of ourselves, especially when we talk about these 4 states of being. I'm talking about. It's always about taking care and making sure that you are staying protected, staying in your power. So that's how you can emotionally, overcome challenges. Let's talk about spiritually. How can you overcome challenges? Well, when I ever have challenges and I'm on my path spiritually and I am meeting some sorts of resistance, I don't feel like I'm in the right state, I don't feel like spiritually I'm where I need to be, I always tell myself, hey, no, that's not true. Spiritually, you are in the right state of being, space, spiritually. And you can know that by saying, hey, are you still who you are? Because you're always going to be who you are, and that's how you know that you're actually the spirit that you are, and spiritually knowing that even if I don't see exactly what I think I should be seeing right now, or what's happening around in my reality right now isn't 100% of what I want, or necessarily what I think spiritually I should be, or spiritually where, not that you believe you should be, but that you know you should be. Let's say that you know you should be much better than believing, especially because spiritually you gotta have that faith in yourself, you gotta have that faith in the life that you're in, and also be able to deal and understand spiritually and see that perspective of, okay, there's a lot more for me to grow spiritually, whereas I know I should be in this space, I'm actually in this space. So you look at that and you're overcoming that resistance by being aware of it, and then next time you're going to move in a different way. You're going to be able to use that spiritual awareness as a spiritual power and be able to change the way that you went through that whole experience, and then therefore putting you on a more spiritual path, a path that is more geared towards your purpose, that is more in the direction that you and that your spiritual path to purpose is going towards. And that's going to be with people, places, and things that you know spiritually. This is the right spiritual state of being. This is the right spiritual existence. This is my spirit group. This is my soul group. These are people that resonate with me. These are people that resonate with my spiritual path. These are people that they also have their own spiritual path, and they're aware of that. And you'll know it's right by using that spiritual intuition. You're always going to have that and be able to listen to the spirit. And it's about then being able to, okay, you're on the right path, you're being able to get more into that spiritual state of being, that spiritual space, that spiritual plane of existence that is, like I said, most geared to your, to where you know it should go. And spiritually, if you are, going through resistance, like I've been talking about this whole video, take care spiritually and be able to know that, hey, spiritually, I am working towards and putting in that spiritual work towards where I need to be, regardless of what physically, regardless of emotionally, mentally is going on right now. That can come, those being in that spiritual state of being that's, that's aimed for what you're going for, isn't necessarily going to be reached right away. And when it is reached, there's still going to be that resistance there. So that's where all the growth happens. That's where you can expand and also expand with others and be able to put yourself in a better scenario just off of your spiritual experiences you've gone through, deriving that spiritual knowledge and wisdom out of your experiences and being able to then apply it downward, and not downward, but onward in your life. And also, anybody who is watching my video right now, I appreciate you. We're in this together. If you need anything, you guys can, leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you being who you are. This was the 10-month and 18-day check-in with No Nicotine. I am, I think, about 12 or 10 or 12 days away from that 1 year milestone without nicotine. And like I said in my other videos, this isn't done yet. Everybody out there on your path, power to you. Everybody out there on your journey, power to you as well. Thanks for watching my video. See you guys in the next one. I'm out.